If Fire Emblem as a franchise is known for anything, it's having way too many characters. I can guess where that impression came from, but it isn't totally unfounded. There are over 900 playable characters throughout the 17 different games, and to beat the games, you'll only ever need a fraction of the characters to do it. So, what if I tried to beat the newest Fire Emblem game, Engage, but half of the cast
is dead?
That means units and emblems. Would it even be possible? Well, that's what me and my friend Jonah set out to answer. The challenge looked daunting, but there's good news and there's bad news. The good news is I get to pick which characters I want to keep. And the bad news is, at the same time, Jonah's also going to be picking which characters he wants to keep. It's sort of like a draft order pick kind of thing. It's a draft. For the draft, we would start by drafting the emblems, which each imbue your units with unique buffs, ability skills, and special attacks. After that, we would draft the characters, which all have different stats, classes, growth rates, and join times that give them more or less value. We planned as much as we could, but there was nothing left to do.
Are you ready?
Not really, but we'll see.
Not really?
Here we
Okay.
go. So this is first pick.
First pick
God.
is looking.
God.
Oh!
Please.
It's looking like it's you, buddy.
No.
Looks like we got
No. I was not hoping for this.
we got
I'm not
Jonah
gonna
on the
lie.
first pick for the snake
Alright.
the snake style draft. Who's it gonna be?
Now the question is, do I pick who my strategy relies around, or do I actually take the gamble and think you won't take them in the first two?
In the first two. I mean, that's you're playing a dangerous game, buddy.
I'm going to take a very unlikely pick because I
Oh.
feel like I need this for a lot of my strategies, and I'm going to take an extremely huge risk for myself.
Okay.
Give me Celica.
Celica. Wow.
Celica is my first pick.
I did not expect that.
You, but
Yeah,
I'm
so I
taking-
get two now?
You get two.
All right. I'm going to take Sigurd
Yep, I knew that was coming.
and I'm
I
going to take
knew that was-
Lynn.
Okay. My gamble did pay off.
Oh, really?
My
Okay.
gamble did pay off. I'm going to take Ike.
Ike,
Ike is the character who my entire strategy is going to revolve around.
got it.
And I'm also going to take Marth.
Marth. Okay.
I need my early game.
All right, if you got it, I have Sigurd for the early game, but I think I also want Micaiah, and I think I also want Corin.
Orin was one I wanted. I think it's pretty obvious what I actually have to do here. Lucina Byleth.
Yeah, I figured. Okay. Wait, do I get two?
Now
again?
you leave me with whoever is left.
Have fun with leave.
That's fine.
The emblem draft was the really impactful part since there are a lot less of them, and they each provided very unique abilities. The character drafts weren't as important, but still highlighted some differences in our strategies. The highlights are that Jonah tended to take powerful early game units like Yunaka, Alfred, Diamant, and Louis, while I focused on powerful mid-game units like Kagetsu, Seedal, Pandreo, and Ivy. I did secure one very powerful early game unit in Chloe, but the rest of my early game units were pretty lackluster. Overall, our units got divvied up like this.
Wow.
Before we get started though, make sure to leave a like and sub to the channel. Also hit the hype button. I don't really know what it does, but there's only one way to find out. And don't forget to check out Jonah's channel as well, which is linked in the description. With that out of the way, let's hop right into In the first chapter of Engage, you start with two characters, and I only got one of them.
Oh, I don't get Clan and Fram yet anyway, so.
I don't get Clan and Fram for the first thing.
I mean, yeah, but you get them for the second. So.
Okay. Hopefully. So no Vander?
Oh yeah, you only have Alir.
Oh, nice. No Marth?
Marth doesn't show up yet, I don't think.
Okay, big.
So I had to carefully traverse between forests to avoid taking damage. Even though I was missing some pieces, I still beat the chapter without a hitch. And since Jonah's chapter was completely normal, he didn't have any trouble either. Chapter 2 though was a different story. Jonah had Vander, the powerful veteran with good stats and mobility. And I got Clan and Fram, who were weaker but could still provide support to Alir.
I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna kill... Is her name Lucy? What's her? Lumera.
Oh god!
I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna kill Lumera.
At least you have a
no
healer!
Vander? No Vander, no Marth. This is gonna be...
Oh, This is
Challenging.
cringe in so many ways.
Jonah also had access to the emblem Marth, who grants Alir higher speed, and the powerful sync attack Lodestar Rush, which deals amazing damage. Jonah used Lodestar Rush to kill Lumera twice and ended the chapter very quickly.
Alir's level 3. Very good level up. Everything but defense and build.
I, on the other hand, didn't have that, so I had to play a lot slower. I allowed Lumera to attack my useless Vander, but forgot she could move outside of Alir's range, leaving my units very vulnerable to her high mobility.
I feel like I might be performing like the worst solve of this chapter ever recorded.
Without Marth, my damage against Lumera was pretty pathetic, and I made a bit of a mistake.
No one can actually read right
Rip
now.
Fram. If she doesn't come back, I'll reset.
Luckily, this was just a spar and Fram wasn't killed, but this wouldn't be the case in the future. I had to be more careful going forward. I finished off Lumera, beating the chapter.
Alright, that was like the slowest chapter 2 of all time.
Chapter 3 is where things started to really heat up. The chapter gives you 7 units total and is designed around positioning them properly to defeat the chapter's many enemies. We each only have half of them, and permadeath is now active, meaning if any of our units died, we would have to retry the whole chapter from the beginning.
Oh my god. This is the chapter I'm most scared of, I'm not gonna lie.
Chapter 3?
Chapter 3.
Jonah immediately developed an interesting strategy.
I do have Fram, so I'm gonna use, while I have them, the main thing I pretty much have to use them for
Your steward's ready.
is the ability to be bodies for me.
Since some of our units automatically deploy, our rule was we would do our best to not use them. Since the map was so cramped, there wasn't much else we could do with them.
Oh no, Fram's dying. Oh no, Clan's dying.
Something that's funny is happening is like, you know, Clan and Fram are dying for you. I'm like, oh no!
Clan's dead.
Not Clan!
Oh no, Clan.
But with enemies approaching from both sides, things got out of control very quickly.
Oh shit.
Oh, no.
They're all moving. Oh no.
Remember that thing I said, Tim, about like not separating my party? Yeah, I'm definitely doing that right now.
You're separating?
I'm separating my party.
With so few units?
We both took some risks.
Let's see what happens. Do you die? You do die, although it's a 40% hit rate. Do I take that risk? Because that would be a reset. Hope I get dodge, maybe? Is that the most I can do? Because I don't want to get attacked twice. And dodge? Okay, cool.
Oh, Fram. Oh, it hit a Lear? Oh, that's actually worse. Fuck.
If I could one-shot somebody here.
Oh, wait, fuck. I think I'm gonna have to reset too. Oh, no. Elias is dodging 85. Alright, I didn't. Yeah, I did. Okay. That was a lack of tactical prowess.
We both learned quickly that with our lacking units, we couldn't afford to split up. And to succeed, Jonah relied on his bulkier units, like Alfred and Vander, to soak hits, with Alfred narrowly surviving an attack from the boss.
Surprisingly, that was the play. Okay. That was actually the play. Everyone lived.
While I had to aggressively take space and take down many Pegasus Knights with Etier, my archer who deals effective damage to flyers. I also relied on Fram's Chain Guard to block attacks from enemies, which helped me shore up my feeble bulk.
If I die to this stupid loser right now, I'm gonna lose my mind.
The
Is that
other, I
possible?
guess,
Hold on. 20 attack, 11 attack, 5 defense. Oh, here's 5 defense. It'd be 6
right.
damage and 14 damage, which would be 20. We'd survive by 1, so we're good.
And just like that, we both beat the 3rd chapter. After beating the chapter, we got access to the Somnial, where you can do tasks, chores, and minigames for extra resources. This exposed another difference in our strategies. Over the course of the run, I was a lot lazier with my Somnial chores, and Jonah was very diligent, making sure to get the most out of the bonus resources. Chapter 4 gave us both access to very powerful early game units. Jonah got access to Louis, the defensive powerhouse, and I got Saline and Chloe, a powerful mage and a powerful flyer. I also finally got access to my first emblem ring, Sigurd, who grants units extremely high mobility. I took control of the right fortress and Jonah pushed up towards the top fortress. Also lucky for me, Chloe's flight allowed me to retreat across the river to safety, leaving Louis to die.
Alright, Chloe, get out of there, buddy. Louis, 07.
Jonah, however, didn't have that luxury.
The mage is attacking Louis.
Oh no.
And Louis is at 2 HP. I think we run from those
Silly
guys.
mistake.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh, crap.
I can go to Lear.
No!
How's it going, buddy?
Really, 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 really bad.
That's not good.
I don't actually know how to not die here.
Louis, as an armored unit, has exceptional physical defense and strength, but is very slow and weak to mages, which means he had to retreat towards the left side. And because Jonah didn't get either of the early game mages or healer, the hordes of armored enemies became a real problem.
The only play I think I have is to vulnerary and then make Chloe in the way. I think that's literally the only play I have. Really use a refill right about now. Oh, Jesus!
Do you have any mages yet?
Nope.
That's a bummer. How have the armor knights been?
Bad. Okay, they're trying to chain attack Louis to death. Okay! They're trying to chain attack Louis to death, and it's going well. If one more person attacks him, he could die. Which would be really embarrassing. But they go for Boucheron instead! Woo! Okay, we survive. Wait. Oh, Boosh dies?
Oh.
Oh.
Not that big.
This is not good at all. I feel like even if I survive this, I don't make much progress.
I got money.
I need him so bad. And there goes Boosh. Yeah, you know what? I'm restarting the chapter.
Since I drafted both of the early game mages though, I had a lot less trouble.
Oh my god, I have no clue what to do.
I beat the chapter. Having mages, very useful.
After a reset, Jonah tried a similar plan, except this time saving Marth for when the armored units appeared. Marth gives users access to the Rapier, which deals effective damage to armored and cavalry units. It may be his only hope against them.
They're trying to hurt him, but he won't die. Oh shit, he got really close to the he got real close to death there.
Even with Louis joining up with the rest of Jonah's army, the situation was still dire. With the sheer volume of enemies, the chances of surviving were slim to none.
Let's see. There's one dodge. We need like a fuck ton of them. Oh my god, what are these dodges? I will happily take them, but what the hell?
Is it over?
I don't think it's over, buddy. Whoa! Boucheron popping the hell up! This is the most incredible Boucheron turn I've ever seen. And he is... Are we living this turn? We live the turn! And another crit! This is the most godlike turn I've ever seen in my life! Holy... That could not have gone better. That could not have gone better. Oh my god.
After that miraculous turn, Jonah was able to take out the hordes of enemies, and by saving Marth till the end, he was able to kill the boss and complete the chapter. Moving on to chapter 5, it presented us with a tricky problem, which is the treasure on the left side of the map. I relied on Sigurd's mobility, and Jonah relied on his new emblem Celica and her ability to teleport. To start the chapter, we both inched our units to the left side, and both got a little too greedy.
Yeah, I figured that was gonna dodge.
This guy doubles Etier? Man, what the fuck?
How about that 33% chance to hit? Damn it.
Oh, that sucks. We'll have to reset that. In fact, there are a couple things I would do differently here.
Oh god, Boosh. Boosh. Does Boosh just die? He just dies. Okay.
Yeah, I lost that day too.
So yeah, let's pretend that didn't happen.
Jonah put Celica on Vander, who surprisingly had the highest magic of his entire army.
Oh Christ. Okay, if I warp Ragnarok now, I get ahead of the thief, but I fall under a lot of attacks. I feel like that's still not a terrible option.
It worked out pretty nicely though, and Vander was able to teleport past the wall of enemies. And with Vander's bulk, he was able to survive being so deep into enemy lines better than any mage could. I had a similar plan to run through all the enemies using Sigurd's overdrive, but
Oh, there's a fucking archer there? Dude, that sucks, no?
Yeah, that's the. I think I know what archer you're talking. You're on the left, right?
Yeah. All right, change of plans. We're giving the ring to Alear, boys.
With Sigurd on Alear this time, I was able to push more aggressively and kill the thief before he could even start looting. After we secured the chests, Jonah gave me some extra time to catch up after my menu resets.
I'm literally wasting turns right now, but it doesn't matter. What turn is it? It's now turn 17.
Wait, what's happening?
I'm literally just walking and wasting turns because there's no enemies that can reach me.
Taking a tour of the palace?
I'm taking a little tour. I mean, I went all the way to the top left to get my engage units back, and now everyone's together on the left side.
It took him a while, but Jonah broke into the castle from the left side through a breakable wall. He was able to carefully filter the enemies into his bulkier units and took advantage of his range to take them down safely.
This is my strategy in a nutshell. I literally have Vander and Louis just standing side by side in the doorway in the side, right? And behind them is Boucheron throwing axes and Alfred throwing javelins.
Nice.
It is beautiful.
While this was happening, I made a bit of a mistake.
I'm gonna have Chloe loot, and the rest of these guys, these chuckleheads are gonna attack the castle.
By sending Chloe, who is one of my best units, off on a side quest, she wasn't able to rejoin the action in time, putting me at a disadvantage.
Wow.
Oh, wait, fuck. Oh, no. Dude, I stopped using my brain, Jonah. I stopped. I'm stupid.
We're kind of both on the same page right
Oh,
now.
no, my Fram. No one can kill the armor knight in one. I'm stupid, man. One thing that's not nice is I don't think I'm gonna be able to kill this horse. Ram does 2 damage. Saline does 9 damage. So I missed the kill by 1 damage. This is a bummer.
But while I was struggling, Jonah had just defeated all of the castle's many guards.
Get this kill. Let's try something here. Warp Ragnarok Vander is incredible. It's base.
I never thought I'd hear these words. Warp Ragnarok Vander.
It's incredible, dude. It's such a trip to see.
It's incredible.
Honestly, as wacky as this strategy may have been, we had to get creative if we wanted to beat this challenge. As for me, I started to get a bit overwhelmed by the boss and his cronies.
Am I fucked? Oh no. Oh no, dude. Oh no. Did I fuck myself? I think Clan has to go here. I think Saline has to go here and get healed by fucking dumb Fram.
Dumb Fram. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Sorry. My apologies, Fram. Oh, another trading sides.
And let's not forget that the boss does have a life stone.
Hey, the life stone! Oh, I'm seeing that now.
Yeah.
Frickety frackety, dude. Can SE8 survive combat with this dude? Like, yeah.
Yep, we have a revival stone.
So
and
let's
he killed. Okay,
do
so we
that.
can't go off from here.
And just like Jonah, I had to get a little creative.
And who has the highest defense? It's Fram. What? This is not bad, right? SE8 doesn't get doubled, does she? Good. Okay. We are alive for now. Okay. We survived a
We want
turn.
to break.
This
We want
is
to break,
excellent.
break.
And with some careful positioning, I was able to survive the turn and get Sigurd back, which was just enough to defeat the boss. And for Jonah, since he defeated the boss's minions earlier, he had no trouble destroying him with Vander.
I mean, Vander obviously needs the EXP. Echo, because it's funny.
Vander Echo.
It kills. One of the Echo's kills. And that is a perfect chapter 5, right? Chapter 5.
In between chapters, I did some push-ups.
A button
I see
mashing?
the smith- Yeah, it's just button mashing, but it's free.
Dude, I like my controls eating inputs, man.
I literally barely try on the first few, and then I only actually pay attention at the
Yeah, that's pretty smart. Oh, I feel the burn. Good. Fuck.
I also used a well-known exploit to get some powerful bond rings. Bond rings are like emblem rings, except instead of giving you skills and powers, they only give you stats. The only exceptions are a select few bond rings that can offer you 1 skill, which range from pretty good to pretty worthless. There are very, very few scenarios where you would prefer a bond ring over an emblem ring. But since we were both missing so many emblems, we figured substituting some bond rings would help offset the loss. The reason we are using an exploit is because of the way you acquire bond rings, which is by summoning them randomly at the cost of 10 bond fragments. There are 4 levels of bond ring, with the extremely rare S tier being the only ones that can provide unique skills. Even then, most of them only provide negligible stat increases. And so, using the method seen in this video here, I was able to summon Deirdre for her skill renewal, and Navarre to increase my sword unit's critical hit chance. Renewal was particularly useful on Fram, since Chain Guard requires you to be at full health to use. After beating Chapter 5, you can either proceed to Chapter 6 for Yunaka and Micaiah, or go on a side quest paralogue to get the healer Jean. For me, it made more sense to get my second emblem ring, but for Jonah, it made sense to finally get a healer. In the paralogue, Jonah was tasked with saving the many innocent villagers from the corrupted. He had a pretty easy time though, in large part due to his strongest magic user.
Wait, does this work? Hold on. This would be the most cringe thing if it actually worked. Move there, then Vander warp Ragnarok right here? Does this work? Yes, it just barely does because of divine inspiration. What a stupid ass play, but that technically works, I think.
The best kind of
That
play.
saves that villager.
Completing the paralogue was a breeze, and Jonah was happy to have an essential role filled. I assume his units were also happy to be off their strict vulnerary diet.
Jean has joined our group. We have a healer. Goddamn, finally goddamn fucking did it. Goddamn.
For me, Chapter 6 was pretty standard. One thing we did realize was that characters can create bond fragments. The new rule was to kill any undrafted units. My deepest apologies to Vander, Alfred, and Boucheron, but the rules are the rules. I won't show you every unit being killed, but I promise you they were all just as gruesome and brutal. Moving forward, I abused Fram's now infinite chain guard and made light work of the chapter. Jonah also had a very easy time with this chapter, mostly using his opportunity to train up Jean using the Illum staff. Jonah also had access to Yunaka, which made the chapter way smoother. The chapter was straightforward and he beat it with ease. In the meantime, I was patiently waiting for Jonah to catch up for Chapter 7, but...
I think we got Alchrist in the gang.
Oh, that's Alchrist
I
chapter?
think so.
I get Alchrist. I get Alchrist and Citrine.
I get fucking...
Wait, Tim, I am so sorry.
What's up?
I'm not going to be doing the next chapter.
What is it? Anna?
Anna.
I understand.
Just do the next chapter.
I will go ahead and do the next chapter.
Yeah, I am getting my Anna.
This also makes sense for Jonah to grab early, since Anna starts out very weak and in a class that isn't optimal for her. For me, my plan was to save these optional chapters until I had recruited some of my chromier units. Timeline-wise though, things might get a little weird because for the majority of the early game chapters going forward, I was going to be a full chapter ahead of Jonah. In the second paralogue, Jonah's tasked with recruiting Anna, who has hidden herself inside of a treasure chest.
Where is Anna?
He's in the chest, right?
Anna's in the chest?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
Along with securing the loot from the adjacent chests before any thieves can escape with them. Since his army is separated to begin with, Jonah started by moving his units closer to the center to try to group back up and secure the treasure. The thieves got to the treasure a little before Jonah could and started to flee. Since thieves have such high speed, Jonah had some trouble killing them safely.
I'm so close, bro. I could go for a goddamn 1% crit.
Typically, not the plan.
Typically not a good plan. Vander, I can't express enough how badly I needed a crit right here. You did not.
Oh.
I am not okay with this situation. Wait, what is this thief doing? This thief just killed itself. Oh my god. The thief went up to the north as though planning to escape that way, then inexplicably went down in front of a unit and then didn't attack them. And that unit happens to have Marth, who still has Lodestar Rush equipped. That is a free Master Seal. What in the...
Interesting maneuver.
Interesting maneuver.
That was questionable, but you know what? I'm not going to complain.
And with the treasure and Anna secured, the rest of the chapter was pretty trivial. Jonah did his best to give Jean some experience and finished the chapter without a hitch. In Chapter 7, we moved to Brodia, the Kingdom of Might. I recruited the underwhelming Lapis, and Jonah recruited the respectable Alchrist and Citrine, who were both very powerful ranged units. We were tasked with defeating Hortensia and her dark emblem, Lucina. This means she has unique powers and will be challenging to take down. The chapter was pretty easy, but I had some trouble with positioning.
Why is Etia just like too slow, bro?
Slow
Yeah, she's just like not where I need her to be ever. Is it my fault for planning poorly?
Nah, never. You're picture perfect.
Yeah, obviously Etia is just bad.
Jonah, on the other hand, was doing great, especially with the powerful magical attacks from Citrine finally being able to tear through armored units. I mostly used this chapter as an opportunity to train up Clan, who was falling behind a little bit. My new emblem ring, Micaiah, is excellent for getting early game experience. For fighting Hortensia, we had different strategies.
Oh, I say it like that.
So that's how we're gonna use Lapis. We're gonna send her in the middle of battle against these guys. There goes one person against Lapis. Next person against Lapis. Come on, Hortensia. Waste your move. Don't kill Lapis yet. There's Rosado. Oh, Lapis dodged Rosado. Let's go! Hortensia, come on. Yes. All for one. Yes, ma'am! There goes Lapis.
After the untimely death of Lapis, Jonah killed Rosado for his steel axe and then focused his fire on Hortensia.
I'm hearing. Let's say override.
Damn it!
He had barely missed the kill on Goldmary, but wrapped up the chapter by killing Hortensia with Vander.
Be a dead Hortensia. Or the chain attacks will do it for me. Master Seal, let's go. That's 2 of them.
I attempted to get some extra experience by killing off some of Hortensia's goons as well.
Chloe maxed out her bond with Sigurd. Okay, and then Fram. Chain guards. And I left Etia fucking wide open, bro.
By using Micaiah's staff utility, I was able to block off large portions of the map using ice, keeping my army safe with chain guard and obstacles. And on the subsequent turn, I defeated Goldmary, getting me some nice bonus experience. And after defeating her cronies, I defeated Hortensia and completed the chapter. Also, before Chapter 8, we had the chance to promote some of our units to their advanced classes, giving them access to higher stats and better weapons. I promoted Chloe to improve her mobility, and Jonah promoted Citrine to give her access to staffs. With the second Master Seal Jonah got from the Paralogue, he also promoted Alchrist to increase his lethality. Jonah had a chance to summon bond rings as well. He summoned May to buff Citrine's thunder magic. Chapter 8 is a defend mission. Princess Ivy and her Dark Emblem Leaf are invading Brodia Castle. Our goal is to defeat Ivy without letting any enemies into the castle, marked with the red zone. I recruited Amber, the Cavalier, and Jonah recruited Diamant, the Prince of Brodia, who is a powerful sword fighter. Also, Jonah experienced a first for this challenge.
Oh shit, someone's gonna have to stay back. Whoa, okay. Huh.
Since our armies have been cut in half the whole game, we haven't had to deal with deployment limits until right now. For me, this chapter was a bit of a doozy. My army is extremely focused on offense, and I lacked units that were capable of taking on large swaths of enemies.
I'm not gonna be able to use Diamant and Roy. Dude, this is gonna blow. I don't have any like fucking defensive units at all.
Even with the power and mobility of Chloe on my side, she couldn't cover every angle of attack from our enemies.
It's because of Wind Mage. Okay, hold on. Don't crash out. Don't crash out. You're good. You're good. You're good.
I love the self-affirmation.
Dude, this is a really rough chapter for me, dude. I have fucking 0 actual like good defense units. Dude, my fucking highest defense unit is Clan.
My greatest defensive tool, however, was Fram and her chain guard. I don't know how I would have been able to do this chapter without her.
There's no way she's gonna get double, but this Pegasus Knights. Even if she doesn't, like, she's still just fucked. But I actually survive is crazy. 1 HP. Etia the goat.
Jonah had a lot less trouble.
Wait, I think because I promoted Alchrist, you should be able to reach the bow thing in the first turn.
I can fight as you wish.
Yes, sir.
Boom.
As well as did great damage to the many Pegasus Knights. He did have some issues because not all of his units were as reliable.
Oh, okay. Lucky. Okay, not lucky, lucky, lucky. All right, let's we need to redo that turn because I did not realize.
Unlucky, lucky.
After holding the lines for a bit, Ivy's minions Zelkov and Kagetsu joined the fray. They were both fast and powerful, making them challenging to take down.
This is Zelkov? That's fuck. Oh, fuck, that's Kagetsu. Oh, and I'm about to unfucking transform from Chloe. No, dude, I'm fucked. Oh no, this is so bad.
Kagetsu's on the way. Kagetsu is on the way. I think I Lodestar Rush him.
Jonah used the power of Marth and Citrine to take down Kagetsu, and Louis and Yunaka to take care of Zelkov. I stopped Zelkov with a lucky critical hit thanks to the Navarre Bond Ring. Then using my remaining units, I took out Kagetsu before he could attack. But once those two were down, Ivy joined the fray.
Ivy's on the move!
Oh, lordy lord. Oh, lordy lord.
Ivy's ring, Leaf, allows her to switch her weapons when defending to give her an optimal matchup. For Jonah, Ivy approached earlier than he expected, putting his units in a tough position to attack her, forcing him to fight her up close. However, she made the peculiar decision to attack Amber, who wasn't even a member of Jonah's army.
Oh, thank you for attacking Amber. Genuinely huge thanks.
This also allowed Jonah to get some bonus experience for his units, as well as collect items from the ground he could use for the well. Ivy killed Amber, and Jonah got his vengeance, completing the chapter. For me, I noticed the weapons Leaf provided Ivy are very heavy, meaning she couldn't double most of my units. I abused this by using Fram's Chain Guard and whittled her down using Chloe. My plan wasn't perfect though.
Lapis, you gotta dodge, buddy. Oh, I shouldn't dodge. That's unfortunate.
And I needed a little bit of luck.
Oh, okay, good. Good job, Alir. I almost fucking lost. We're good?
And after that, I defeated Ivy and completed the chapter. For defeating the chapter, we got Emblem Roy and Emblem Leaf. Emblem Leaf was particularly important for me because I really wanted the bond ring for Olwen for her skill, Dire Thunder. It allows units using Thunder to always attack twice, effectively doubling the damage of the tome.
Now, resetting for bond rings doesn't usually take that long, but I spent an unbelievable amount of time trying to get Olwen.
I had to summon for Olwen for so fucking long, dude.
A lot of Olwen F
It
rank
was
drop.
ridiculous. It
Actually,
took
a
me
lot of them.
easily over 6 hours to get Olwen.
Also, after beating the chapter, we got access to extra Master Seals and Second Seals, allowing us to promote units and change their classes. I promoted Clan to Mage Knight and then immediately second sealed him into a Sniper, as well as reclassing Etier to Fighter in hopes of improving her poor build stat. Jonah promoted Diamant and reclassed Anna to Mage, and Boucheron to Archer. I find it mildly interesting that these two have traded classes, but for me, I thought Etier would be better as a backup unit, and Jonah was investing in Boucheron's high dexterity. But regardless, we move to Chapter 9, which tasks us with attacking the Elusian border, defended by Princess Ivy once again. The only character recruited this chapter is Jade, who is a stalwart armor knight that joins a little too late, and in my opinion is one of the worst units in the game. She was on the warpath to prove me wrong.
Why are my dogs lying down? Get on the job.
Jade crit? Jade.
Jade doing something useful? Unlikely.
Not useful. She's stealing her own experience as a green unit. It's very cringe.
Yeah.
She
so
crit
we're gonna
again!
have- Good job, Jade. She didn't kill. That's good.
She's fucking herself up, dude. The members of my army will get kills. Wait, now the Pegasus Knight's feeding? Oh, she got a crit on that one too! What the fuck is wrong with this green Jade, dude?
On the bright side though, we each got access to a new emblem ring, Roy for me and Leaf for Jonah. My main goal this chapter was to give experience to Etier since she desperately wanted to promote into warrior. I blundered by reclassing her before promoting her, putting her back to level 1. I started by moving my army upwards to attack the upper fort. I did my best to have as many members of my army take damage as possible to give Etier more experience with great sacrifice.
Quality time plus. It's only 500 SP.
Build! I'm sorry.
Not quality time plus.
I got a build increase. I am so happy.
Yeah.
Jonah split his army to attack the top and bottom fortresses, making his way to the center. I used Chloe's ridiculous mobility to thin out some of the enemies up top, and used Etier's staff utility to protect her with ice walls. And I moved to the center to recruit Jade. I wasn't thrilled about having her on the squad, and was definitely looking forward to those powerful mid-game units I had drafted.
Dude, Labus is staring her replacement in the eyes right now.
I don't really know what to do with the knifers, to be honest. How about that 0% hit chance?
Oh, big.
To break through, Jonah used Lodestar Rush, an Emblem Leaf's quadruple attack, to ignore the accuracy check and take down Ivy's retainers. For me, I trudged my way down to clear the bottom of the map very slowly. Amber suffered horrible aura loss.
All right, Amber, if you miss, you'll become disowned. He missed! Oh my god!
Oh my god, you have to disown it. You said it.
I did. All right, Lapis, welcome to the team. Oh my god, I have like the largest great sacrifice of all time incoming. And then Lapis kills with the fucking smash weapon. So you can whack Lapis first. And then my whole team. I can't believe you missed, what an asshole. Alright, whatever. Doesn't matter.
I also used like 5 Etier great sacrifices, getting her all the way up to level 6, and finally put Ivy out of her misery. Jonah had some trouble with Ivy, mainly her high speed and magic stat, doing a number on Vander and Alfred.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh, we are in a we have problem, Ivy. It doesn't matter who she attacks, they just die even if they're at like full health.
I could get. I'm still letting fucking Jonah.
Oh, lucky miss. But will it matter?
Okay.
Oh, he lives. Okay. Okay. Dodge was the play. Somehow we did it.
By taking advantage of the fortress, Alfred survived, and he was able to take down Ivy with ease. And that was the chapter. And this was also the last chapter before the infamous Chapter 10, Destinea Cathedral. The last chapter of the early game, and the chapter that causes you to lose all of your emblem rings. This was a problem for multiple reasons. The biggest being we wouldn't be able to inherit skills or summon bond rings from our missing emblems until we recovered them later in the game. We had to get these things now before it was too late. To inherit skills, your unit needs enough SP. So in preparation, Jonah invested heavily in the well, both by disposing of his expensive weaponry, as well as collecting as many sparkly tiles as he could. He was able to get lots of expertise books, which can give your units bonus SP. That wasn't enough though. Skills like Holdout or Resonance were very expensive, so Jonah grinded optional skirmishes for SP as well. He was able to get the skills he needed before the emblems disappeared, but this also caused his units to become very overleveled. My strategy was a lot less thought out. I wanted to get Cantor on as many units as possible. Using Micaiah, I was able to reach the threshold with a few of my best units, but planned on using the 2 Paralogues I had skipped earlier to get some extra SP on my less stellar units. As I hopped into the Paralogue, I was way more powerful than when Jonah did the Paralogue 4 chapters ago. And something I didn't account for was...
Oh, they're going out. Okay, Vander dies here.
One?
All right.
It gave me 1 experience. Oh no.
Yeah, I was
so long.
I was so confused why you were doing that.
Genuinely, the only unit that could actually gain experience was Jade, and it was only because she could use her staff. I greeted a 2nd and 3rd great sacrifice using the emblem energy on top of the map, and ended the chapter. I did manage to get Saline and Jade over the threshold, with many of my other units needing books to get to 1000 SP. I also came to a sudden realization.
I'm going to miss Sigurd so much. The thought of that just made me genuinely sad.
Paralogue 2 went about the same. I gave Micaiah to Jade again, and I'm not entirely sure why.
Yeah, I like to put my games on hard mode, dude.
Overall, I managed to get Amber to 1000 SP, and got Jade to the absurd level of 19, 7 levels above where she started. And my takeaway was pretty simple.
Alright, I've learned great things about Engage today. Don't say the Paralogues till later, bro.
It's just not that smart.
Not that smart. You
Not
might think it
really
wise. Oh, I'm a galaxy brain. such a brain. Meanwhile, you're a chump.
For our final preparation before Destinea Cathedral, I had enough books to get Clan and Lapis 1000 SP as well. Jonah got these skills on these characters, and I put Cantor on just about everyone. I also promoted Alir to Divine Dragon, and Jonah promoted Alfred to Avenir and Jean to Sage. Lastly, right before we began, Jonah suggested something.
Do I dare suggest something I thought of that would make this harder?
What's that?
I was gonna say, no resets, only time things.
Oh, in
when
battle?
you start a battle, you commit to the 10 turns.
Oh, okay.
And if Alir dies, obviously you and you
Did
run
you?
out of things and you can restart, but like
Okay.
it would be terrifying because like, you know, you gotta commit.
With the preparation done, there was nothing left to do but storm Destinea Cathedral. We arrived at Destinea Cathedral, the capital of Elusia, and faced 3 bosses: the Princess, Hortensia, King Morian of Brodia, and the Elusian King, Hyacinth. Our first task is to beat Hortensia and her dark emblem, Byleth, a tricky luck-based emblem that can destroy dragons. There are also 2 chests, a magic ballista, and Hortensia's retainers, Rosado and Goldmary, to get past. To start the chapter, I had Chloe fly across the gap to take down the magic artillery. I also moved my army to the left to fight Rosado. On Jonah's first turn, he assaulted the left side, defeating Rosado with Anna and Alfred. He also started his attack on the right side with his remaining units. For me, taking down Rosado was a little bit more challenging.
Is Jade's luck not good? Oh no, I don't think it is. Fuck. No, speed isn't good either. I think fucking Rosado's gonna have a...
Hortensia has 3.
I tanked the hit with Jade and then took him down with a combination of Lapis and Etier. I also had Chloe start looting the chests. Since I didn't have to worry about the thieves, I could comfortably keep my army together. Jonah, however, had to split his army, which wasn't much of a problem for him.
But if I just go for the thief right the fuck now? You know, I'm gonna engage just in case.
Thanks to Marth's speed, Jonah was able to take down the thief before he could pillage anything. He also demolished Goldmary with Jean and Alchrist. Goldmary was a little bit trickier for me. I had the enemies approach me from the left side and then struck once she was in range, taking her down. Now that the retainers are down, it was time to attack Hortensia. Her main gimmick is the freeze staff that locks your units in place, making them vulnerable to enemies. Jonah solved this by sieging both sides and taking down Hortensia's backup. The enemy had some questionable targeting.
It's a classic
Hitting
Vanderbilt.
Anna with freeze,
Should I do
and they're
reload
targeting.
memes?
What is that? What are they doing? What in the world was that?
And after that, he took down Hortensia and her reinforcements with ease. As for me, I wasn't confident my units would survive being frozen, so I had a different strategy.
Alright, we're in, boys!
Whoa, what the fuck?
I rewarped the whole army in, dude.
As flashy as the strategy was, I still had some trouble taking down Hortensia.
Wait, Hortensia's res is crazy. Fuck.
Yeah, that's like her whole point.
Shit.
Like the one stat she's good at.
You know, honestly, I did not know that. I hope I can kill this guy. Let's see. Oh, Alir! Fucking asshole, you're missing this kill. I may have flarked up, dude. I may have flarked up a little bit.
One from me.
Alright, good hit, big.
A satisfying ending.
Wait, does the emblem Byleth have any like stupid skills?
Uh,
She doesn't like
Typically-
miracle or anything, right?
the enemy having mentorship is huge.
True. I guess I've tackled genius here. Now, I did make one slightly minor mistake. I did bring my flyer directly next to an archer. So we'll see how this goes.
I had to do some finagling and had to cut it extremely close, but managed to take down Hortensia before she could pull any shenanigans. Things got a little rocky in the subsequent turn, but a great sacrifice patched everyone up. With Hortensia down, we had a brief respite to recharge our emblems, but then it was time to break down the door. With the door broken, we face King Morian and Hyacinth. Morian is a promoted enemy, and Hyacinth has the dark emblem Lyn, allowing him to launch attacks from a great distance. To start, Jonah faced Morian head-on with his bulkier units.
Oh wait, is his Diamant stat, right?
Yep.
I kind of want. Oh, you know what? I can still see the Diamant.
Yeah, you gotta get the cool dialogue, dude. That's how you do it. Have to kill the boss enemy with the most potent dialogue or poignant.
Taking him down with Diamant. For me, I used Amber and Chloe's emblem attacks to disable the enemy's chain guard, and largely thanks to many of my units having Canter, I was able to take down Morian at range. Once Morian was down, it was only Hyacinth left. Jonah continued to push fearlessly. Hyacinth wasn't able to break through Diamant's defenses, and Jonah was able to take him down with ease.
Alright, chapter done. Oh yeah, I'm a little mad at myself, but you know what? Listen, here's the thing, right? I care significantly more about the skills that I would otherwise be robbed of early.
I had a little more trouble with Hyacinth, requiring poor Chloe to endure an Astrostorm. And to close off the distance, I used my second Lapis Rewarp to teleport right to Hyacinth.
Boom. Wait, actually, it's kind of gorgeous. But if Etienne missed, that would have been kind of mean. Etienne did miss! Wait, Dies of Cringe? Alright, Jade simply doesn't miss. Oh, Etienne does! Oh, you fucking idiot! Dude, Etienne let me down like crazy this turn. That means it's time crystal time. Yeah.
So do you know what that thing that Tim just did that happened? It didn't actually happen.
Yeah. That's called You've Been Trolled. Okay.
This ends now.
That's more like an Alir crit or an Etienne miss. I mean, what would you rather have?
I took down Hyacinth as well, completing the chapter. After defeating the bosses at Destinea Cathedral, victory was yanked from our grasps by Vale, a once friendly character we met at the end of chapter 6, who has now become
Wait,
Dude.
Tim, what the fuck? Why is Vale here?
Wait, what? I thought Vale was our friend.
I thought Vale was a good person.
Wait, is what? I don't understand. I actually don't understand what's going on.
She and Sombron stole and corrupted all of our emblem rings, including the dearly beloved Sigurd. You will be missed, my sweet prince. And we were forced to retreat. In chapter 11, we're tasked with escaping Vale and her 4 hounds.
Is that the 4 hounds?
Holy shit. How many hounds?
There's 4 of them, dude.
That's
Mavier.
insane.
Zephyia,
So that's-
Gris, and of
Chris,
course,
Happy? Not Happy. What's her name? Marnie.
Marnie, of course.
I'm sure she'll last the longest of them, you know?
On top of that, to toy with us, Vale gives our now corrupted emblems to enemies on the map, forcing us to deal with their powerful abilities. The most threatening presently being Micaiah with a long-ranged freeze staff. Since the objective is to retreat, a hindrance in movement is devastating. It was so scary to me that before the chapter even started, I promoted Jade to Great Knight to boost her mobility. The chapter was pretty straightforward, you just have to run away, so Jonah wanted to raise the stakes a bit.
I'm over leveled as shit, and part of me really wants to go for the four hounds. Okay, the 4 hounds are
You're
here,
not
by the
good.
way.
It's not possible, bro. You can try.
I'm gonna try
I
because it's
welcome
funny.
you to try.
And as we retreated, I also got a little greedy.
Can I get that tomahawk? Is that a stupid idea?
I've got the tomahawk, but that's just because I'm goated.
I might try it.
All right, we are at that point where I have now confirmed the win, which means it's time to just mess around until the hounds get here.
Let's backtrack a little bit.
We're not backtracking. I'm letting the hounds come to us.
We'll get our emblem rings back. I can't believe I was gonna hit by a fucking 42 twice.
So in my casual
Chloe?
playthrough, I unironically did kill a hound. But I died at the same time,
Oh,
so it
gotcha.
wasn't actually.
I got fucking owned, dude. Go through this my friend cutscene, dude. I lost my Chloe. I'm resetting. Wait, do I have the time crystal?
Yeah. Oh wait,
Wait.
I have time crystal. Yep.
All right.
Kagetsu
No. Okay, hold
charge.
on. Uno momento. Okay, uno momento.
Whoa.
Listen.
I shamelessly broke the rule we established not 1 chapter ago, and reset after Chloe died.
You know what? In a place of no time crystal, I don't care.
For Chloe, I cannot allow this, dude. I cannot allow this.
This YouTube video's gonna suck.
Listen. This is an epic. This is an excellent YouTube video. This is an awesome YouTube video, dude. It's awesome. It's very good.
While I caught back up, Jonah tested his strength fighting the hounds. He made it to the halfway point on the map where Ivy and her retainers come to rescue you and give you the emblem rings for Lynn and Lucina. Since Jonah didn't recruit any of these 3 new allies, he sends them to be slaughtered.
Bye, Ivy. Bye, Kagetsu. Bye, Zelkov. That was fun.
But does enjoy the benefit of Emblem Lucina, who is given to Alir. Even with her power though, these hounds were no joke.
Oh wait, Alir just dies. Alright,
That's pretty grim, bro.
attempt number 1.
In a war of attrition, Jonah was able to take down all 4 hounds without any emblem attacks, proving just how powerful his early game squad was.
We killed all 4 of them.
Holy shit.
That's how you know you're over leveled as shit.
Dude, 4 hounds.
Alir
more like 4
Alir also
fucking
did
puppies,
not.
Dude.
Alir did not live the turn, unfortunately.
This did come with many casualties though, so Jonah used the time crystal to reset and completed the chapter. I had a much slower and less eventful escape. I recruited the trio of Ivy, Kagetsu, and Zelkov and managed to make it out unscathed.
A part of me wants to greed for emblems, but another part of me is thinking, I gotta get the fuck out of here, dude.
And with that, the early game is done, and it was crazy! Missing out on half your units when you start with so few anyways made some of those early game chapters unbelievably difficult, and made it obvious that choosing to prioritize the mid-game really hurt me in some of these early chapters. I especially regret failing to get either Vander or Marth. But having a more challenging early game was all part of the plan, because I knew I had great power coming in part 2 of this video. Originally, this was one very long video that I've split into 3 parts, so it won't be another 11 months till the next video. The next part may already be out. While you're clicking on stuff, don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. See you guys soon.